Mohammed Ibrahim Jega. I'm a tech entrepreneur, I'm the director of business development on VoguePay. I'm the co-founder, Dominion.io. Dominion is a blockchain-enabled technology company that we're trying to see how we can provide blockchain as a service to businesses. I'm also the founder of Startup Arewa. Startup Arewa is a tech revolution platform that is poised at unlocking the potentials of the northern tech ecosystem. I'm going making the keynote address today at the 8th Digital African Conference and Exhibition, which is happening today, Thursday, and I'm excited to be here with you. I'll be speaking on the future of e-commerce and digital payments. We all know the future of digital payments, a journey of transformation. If we think about some of the biggest transformation in the last 100 years, we've largely been driven by something being replaced or removed or disappearing altogether. Transformation is often grounded in the concept of removing something. It's the absence of something. 2020 has marked the beginning of a new transformation with a huge global disruption at the COVID-19 pandemic. And the confinement of people have generated, which has also we're experiencing a significant change in the lives of people worldwide that will ignite many more transformation. In this case, we need to also see we've seen the reduction of physical contact, which has impacted the way we live and also interact with others, which many companies and consumers relate with each other, which will definitely make us more digital. So the likes of the issue of the digital has come to stay. Okay, let me give you also an example from the likes of where we lived before COVID and when we are first introduced to cordless phones and wireless phones, and where name of the part, including, are all missing. Cords and wireless are all transformations that have come across to be our new normal. Now we call those phones are even just mobile because of the utility goes beyond making calls. We use mobiles to take photos, to keep our family and friends organized life, and also learn, entertain, shop, and make payments. They are becoming personal assistants for masses and have been a primary driver of digitization, life, commerce, and payments. Looking ahead, you see e-commerce and payments evolve, and mobile devices, big data, hyper-personalization, ambient experiences, and other advances are changing everything about how we live and how we communicate and how we work and also how we pay. Now, let's think about in the store of e-commerce and payment in the next 5 to 10 years. How do we see? The Dina store in 1950 first issued a charge card following the American Express, and starting evolution in that space. It was the issue of using credit card and also convenience of making cash and checkbook, which resulted in a card for any royalty program, free points, and also miles coupon. But we move on because card has introduced hot topic in the concept of cashless society, because non-cash transactions are growing at the fastest pace ever, led by Asia, and also which has grown over 32%. And over 30%, over 60% of payments have developed markets are now digital. In Sweden, which has been expected to be one of the world first-class cashless society by 2023. And the move of cashless has been embraced by so many countries and cities, and which laws have enacted for companies to still accept cash. But cashless is viewed by those lawmakers as exclusionary because people who can afford to bank, but COVID, the pandemic, has accelerated this progress, which is very exciting. But according to study in the University of Oxford, money transmission routes for bacteria up to money transmit bacteria up to 20,000 per banknote, in which many areas the fear that banknotes or coins are vehicle for transmitting infection, which has caused so many establishments and services to prohibit it. You can see also so many US restaurants are going cashless. Russia has urged retailers and consumers to avoid banknotes. And in Spain, supermarkets recommend paying by card. And in addition, some cities have even suspended cash payments on buses. In that case, how do we foster the progression of digital payments in that manner that makes all stakeholders comfortable? I suggest we look at the commerce for answers, because e-commerce has become conceptual and conventional boundaryless. Early days of e-commerce and payments were fraught with challenges in terms of connectivity was limited, payment didn't always work, logistics took too long, fraud was hard to detect and detect. Consumers couldn't truly trust what people on the other side and computer were actually going to deliver the product services they offered. There's an issue of trust. It has been a serious issue. There were also questions around where online commerce was reliable, competent, and also honest, in other words, whether it was trustworthy or not. We've already seen the massive shifts in how where commerce is conducted. In 1999, you went to shop, and now comes to you. In 99, you go to shop, but now shops come to you. No matter where we are, in the years between, we saw the steep rise in online mobile commerce and the creation of new offerings like direct consumer subscription services and conventional commerce via social media, chatbots, and voice technology. The payments industry has also innovated along these changes, because shifting to allow users to pay goods and services at every turn, because consumers are mobile and on the go. So digital payments are disrupted industry created entirely with the new economies and transformation, the way we work and the way we live. But let's think about how internet has enabled small businesses to sell to a global consumer based on how the access of merchandise to customers across the globe. Because in a vast number of currencies have been able to see the driven by one thing. One thing is about trust that you will pay, and also the trust that you get your merchandise. If you are a buyer, you will be paid for the merchandise. You trust that you'll be paid for by the merchandise, and also if you're a seller, you trust that you'll be earned, and also you do that for customers to need to be safe. Okay, security and trust become synonymous in that. At the heart of every what's it called? Trusted and frictionless payments experiences the secure and proper use of data. Customers want to be informed how their personal data is collected, stored, and also shared entire the commerce journey. In order to harness data and to use it responsibly at its full potential, however, we have a lot of boxes that have to be checked. One, regulatory compliance. Two, privacy. Three, security. Customer data be protected by strong cybersecurity measures, because it's involved fraud and risk of features of handling in a way that meets regulatory requirements around the globe. Building, maintaining, and updating the proper controls of all these areas table stakes, yet also it serves as a competitive advantage in increasing complex of payments landscape. Digitization of currency helps to improve boundaries of financial inclusion, because with major transformation in the commerce industry, we can need to understand before it became reality, it must first be embraced by the entire ecosystem, consumers, merchants, and also partners and regulators. Because it's true that cryptocurrency and virtual currency are underlying technology of blockchain. And this has also shown that it's uniquely different in potentially driving commerce and payment industry. Blockchain, for example, is known for having potential in trusts, because it's one of the most trusted enabled platforms that has been identified. Identifying payments, contracts, constantly has made sure that virtual currency is not only to manage and move money, it provides access to the financial ecosystem without a bank accounts. One, something experienced by underserved communities, and also while it's to remain volatile and under scrutiny by so many levels, because cryptocurrency is beloved for its anonymity and viability as an asset outside of the tradition of financial infrastructure. But there's something very critical we need to look at. The digitization of the currency is only a matter of it, not when the next decade will see currency to become digitized, but will likely experience increase to support the fintechs, governments, and regulators. But most importantly, we need to look at how, in order digital currencies to adopt consumers, and also consumers must feel that method of becoming involved in this financial ecosystem is very critical. And also, one of the things that we need to look at is ambient of experiences, providing the limiters of the opportunities in the commerce. One, because we believe that the biggest advancement in payment is going to happen through the removal of things payments are up to, for an act of disappearance. With the ambience of payment, the world in which shopping intent and also paying is no longer an explicit action. In the next phase of commerce, the lines of blood, the lines of blood between consumption and also experiences of daily life and paying for those experiences, the merchant will have to partner with payment platform to make commerce as seamless as possible. Just think about it. The last time you ordered for food from home, and did you pay when you ordered it or when the food arrived home or somewhere along the way? You don't have to think about it because it just happened, because we've made the payments disappear. So this disappearance has made it possible for payments that are powered by robust and safe, reliable ecosystem to make air and visible, but always to make sure that we have what it takes to be able to understand. Now, consolidation. The payment system has seen a lot of growth in the number of people becoming into it, and also the CBN, in the context of Nigeria, is saying that it's true that it will break the license. Then it means we should see consolidation of acquisition to make ecosystem more competitive, probably opportunities of mergers and acquisition. But for e-commerce, the most innovative payment system, firms are over innovative in terms of ways that are more cost effective for customers and also allow the e-commerce firms to make better margins will win. Because how will crypto or digital currencies play in this space is another one we should look out for. Payment options are one of the essential drivers of why customers will push a transaction without available payment transaction channel of their choice. Because payment options are one of the essential drivers, as I mentioned, because they won't purchase from your online store. But this is why you stay competitive to take notice of new payment firms which are potential buyers and demand what we call currently digital wallets such as Google Pay, PayPal, Samsung Pay, Widely, Tarnity, VokePay Digital, Apple Pay, Samsung Pay are widely complemented by e-commerce businesses. But digital services allow people to make purchases through electronic transactions, thus allow more functional shopping experiences because people are demanding this kind of digital payments. In fact, over 70% of people accept digital payments will take over cash by 2030. Yeah, realistically. But another payment option is cooking up to storm. While it's cryptocurrency, so far we can see the likes of cryptocurrencies being used as large businesses because at VokePay, we also collect and process crypto at what it is. So, however, Overstocked has really partnered with ShopFit to accept more than 60 cryptocurrencies as payment on its online store. This has really made a critical analysis on how the market space for small businesses and some of running their houses to sell direct to their customers. At the moment, many are doing so because social media has also repositioned itself, such as Instagram. So creating a digital market and advertisement platform for these small businesses and entrepreneurs, it's really critical at this space. AI, data analytics is one of the space we've not exploited. Even the likes of Jumia, Konga have not really exploited what the likes of Amazon are doing because that's why we don't really have Konga music or Konga Nollywood. Voice commerce is on the horizon. So many to be made in terms of voice payment. Disruptions are coming in. The likes of VokePay are doing borderless banking, where you can move your bank account wherever you are, irrespective of the location. So from this pointers of mine, I believe you'll be able to understand that the future of e-commerce and fintech is actually now. The fintechs are really disrupting the banks, and also the banks are really looking at it because the banks have legacy issues to do that. But I'm excited because the banks have realized they need to have a handshake with the fintechs, whereby they complement each other now rather than compete, because everyone has a space. The bank should be the bank and the fintech should be the fintech. Thank you very much for having me today. Really excited to be with you. Thank you so much.